Okay, hello everyone. Myself Mayur Kate. I'm the alumni of BPKBIT 2019 batch. We are conducting a session for a GATE exam preparation, which is sponsored by AICT, Prerna Center for ACSC Student, by Vidya Patishan Kamalan Budget Institute of Engineering and Technology, Baramati. So today's subject is electrical machine. Yesterday we studied under electric machine is induction machine, and today we will see a short description of synchronous machine, the main important formulas under synchronous machines, and expected question, not exact expected question, but questions, the concept which are repeatedly asked in GATE exam, which will we will see that in a brief and solve two or three numericals on that concept. So hello once again, hello everyone. So one of the main important formula under synchronous machine, I will not go detailing about construction because construction type questions are not asked in GATE exam, but formula based questions are asked in GATE exam. So one of the most important formula under synchronous machine is EMF equation, induced EMF equation, which is goes like E is equal to 4.44 Kp Kd phi Ft. Kp Kd phi Ft. So this is the most important formula, and maximum questions were asked in these formulas, not exactly for this formula, but a conceptual questions which are related to this formula, such questions like what is in synchronous machine induced EMF is directly proportional to what? It is directly proportional to Kp, Kd, flux, phi Ft. So what are these quantities? These quantities are called pitch factor. Kp is called pitch factor. Kp is called pitch factor. Pitch factor. Kd is called distribution factor. Distribution factor. Flux, phi stands for flux, F stands for frequency, supply frequency, mainly the supply frequency, and turns, T stands for turns. All these quantities are in per phase. All these quantities are in per phase. Per phase. It means that we have to write T in terms of per phase, Kp in terms of per phase, Kd in terms of per phase, flux in terms of per phase. So all these parameters are taken in terms of per phase. Okay, all these parameters are taken in per phase form. Okay. Now we will see what do you mean by Kp. For their in synchronous machine there is two formula for Kp and Kds. Okay, Kp and Kd. Does anyone know formula for Kp? Does anyone know formula for Kp? It were taught in your graduation level. Can anyone tell me formula for Kp? Pitch factor. Can anyone tell me formula for Kp? Okay, listen. For Kp, formula is cos n alpha by 2. For Kp, formula is cos n alpha by 2. Can anyone give me confirmation? Is it my audio and video is visible or audible? Can give me a confirmation of audio and video? Is my audio and video is visible and audible? Hello everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, now we will continue for our discussion. For Kp pitch factor, there is a formula which is given by cos and alpha by 2. So many of the questions were asked for pitch factor. So what do you mean by n? What do you mean by n? N represent the harmonic. It means that if in question, if in GATE exam they ask what is the pitch factor for fifth harmonic? What is the pitch factor for fifth harmonic? Then is in the place of n you have to put only 5. I will discuss about alpha. I will discuss about alpha. But for now, remember if they ask for any nth harmonic pitch factor, then the nth value should be placed in this n. Okay, n. Alpha. What do you mean by alpha? Alpha is short pitch angle. Short pitch angle. Short pitch angle. Okay, what do you mean by alpha? Alpha is called as short pitch angle. What does it means? What does it means? For in synchronous machine, winding is distributed for 180-degree angles. In synchronous machine, winding is distributed for per phase per pole. Winding is distributed for per phase per phase per phase per pole is distributed for 180 degree winding. Okay, if in question they said that winding is short pitch by, if in question winding is short, if they give in question winding is short pitch by, let's say 30-degree angle, 30-degree angle, then our alpha is 30, then our alpha is 30-degree. If in question they said that a winding is short pitch by 30-degree, then it is called as alpha is equal to 30-degree. Okay, then there is another term, another term which is called beta, which is called beta. Okay, so what do you mean by beta? It is called as winding angle. It is called as winding angle. It is called as winding angle. I have some questions regarding this formulas. We will see some questions. Okay, for this you will remember that for beta there is one formula which is called as 180 minus alpha. What do you mean by beta? Beta is called winding angle. It means that for how much degree angle is distributed, for how much degree winding is distributed. What do you mean by alpha? Alpha is called short pitch angle. Beta is called winding angle. It means that for how much degree winding is distributed. Okay, which is given by 180 minus alpha. Okay. Okay. Now we will study about formula for KD. Can anyone tell me formula for KD? Can anyone tell me formula for KD? It was taught you in your graduation level. Can anyone tell me formula for KD? Can anyone tell me formula for KD? Okay, listen. There is
Sin
one
m
more.
beta by 2, m sin beta by 2.
Okay, okay, good, nice. Same formula. Sin m beta by 2. Someone said the beta by 2. Okay, okay. There is some small correction. There is not beta. We will not call it beta. There is one more new angle which is called gamma. Gamma, which is called gamma. Please do the correction. Someone says the formula m sin n gamma by 2. Okay, this is the main formula. This is the main formula, which is a which is for distribution factor, which is for distribution. So what are the important formulas? I am just highlighting them. EMF equation, pitch factor, distribution factor. I will discuss what is M. I will discuss what is M, what is gamma, what is N is same as the N in Kp and the N in Kd is same. If they ask distribution factor for sixth harmonic, seventh harmonic, eighth harmonic, then instead of N, we will put that harmonic which they ask for. Okay, I'm just highlighting. Alpha is called as short pitch angle. Beta is called as beta is called as winding angle. Beta is called as winding angle. Okay. So coming to M. Coming to M. What do you mean by M? M is called as slots per pole per phase. Slots per phase. Slots per pole per phase, which is given as slots slots per pole per phase. Don't worry if some of may you not get how to use these formulas or how to calculate the value of them. There are some two or three questions. I will also discuss about that two, three questions. Then you will get confidence to solve this type of problem or solve these questions using these formulas. So M is called as slots per pole per phase. What do you mean by gamma? What do you mean by gamma? Gamma is called as gamma is called as 180 by 180 by 180 divided by slots per pole. Slots per pole. Listen carefully. What do you mean by gamma? Gamma. There is one more formula for gamma. 180 divided by. So I am highlighting these formulas. Which formulas are important? I'm making them, putting them in a box. Those formula which are put in box are very important. So listen. What do you mean by M? M is called as slots per pole per phase. What do you mean by gamma? Gamma is called as 180 divided by slots per pole. So I can write another formula which goes like this: pole will go upside by slots. So there is another formula for gamma which is defined as 180 degree into pole divided by slots. 180 degree into pole divided by slots. So try to remember this formula. Instead of above one formula, try to remember this formula. So listen everybody. Then if they ask to calculate EMF of an induced EMF in a synchronous machine, so you have to calculate Kp, Kd, phi, Ft are the given are terms which are generally given in a question. So first of all, you have to calculate Kp. Then how will you calculate Kp? Cos n alpha by 2. If the if there is they call for fundamental frequency, then fundamental frequency is 1. And instead of n, we will put 1. By getting Kp, then we go for Kd, putting Kp and Kd values in the equation, we will get induced EMF. But to calculate alpha, we should know by how much angle winding is short pitch. By how much angle winding is short pitch. Okay, and it is called as alpha. Beta is defined as 180 minus alpha. For distribution factor, sine m gamma by 2 and n gamma by 2 divided by m sine n gamma by 2. To calculate gamma, there is another formula which is called as 180 divided by slots per pole. And for m, there is another formula is called as given by slots per pole per phase. Okay. Now we will see two, three questions on this formula. So you get a confidence. Okay. Please note down this all formula. I will wait for a seconds. Please copy this formula, or you can take the screenshot. I will now discuss 2-3 questions on these formulas. 2-3 questions on this formula. So I hope everybody note down or take a screenshot of these questions. Okay. Okay, the question goes like, okay, question is three-phase synchronous machine. I'm writing synchronous machine as SYNCH M/C, synchronous machine having 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 slots per pole per phase slots per pole per phase is equal to 5 is equal to 5 is equal to 5 and 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 short pitch angle is equal to short pitch angle equal to 36 degree. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me KP and KD? KP and KD. Can anyone tell me KP and KD for fundamental frequency? For fundamental frequency. Can anyone tell me KP and KD for fundamental frequency? Can anyone tell me KP and KD for fundamental frequency? I wait for a while. Please give the answer. Even if it is wrong, tell me. We'll discuss on how it is wrong. Even if it is wrong, tell me. Don't use engineering calculator. Instead of engineering calculator, go for virtual calci. Virtual calci are provided on Play Stores, or you can also find in Chrome. If you type virtual calci, we will get. So did anyone get? If anyone get, you can put it in chat box or also tell me. Okay, no worries. We will solve. We will solve. You have to, first of all, you have to thorough with your formulas. First of all, you have to thorough with your formulas. All the formulas which are given, properly study that formulas and how to use that formulas in this question. We'll get to know. Okay, listen. What they given in question? What they have given in question? Slots per pole per phase, which is equal to M. M is called slots per pole per phase, which is equal to 5. And then also one thing also they have given, which is three-phase machine. Three-phase machine. So three-phase machine. Now listen, we have to find KP and KD. What is the formula for KP? For fundamental frequency. For both of these values should be find for fundamental frequency. So what is the value? What is the formula for Kp? Kp is equal to cos alpha by 2. Cos alpha by 2. This is in bracket, not whole cos alpha divided by 2. It's not like that. Cos alpha divided by 2. Okay. So you can find Kp, which is equal to Kp is equal to cos. What do you mean by what is the value of alpha? Can anyone tell me what will be the value of alpha? Can anyone tell me what will be the value of alpha? Is it given in the question or we have to find?
36.
Okay, good. 36. 36. Nice. So the value of alpha is equal to 36. So how the value of alpha is equal to 36? How can we say? Because in the question they have given that short pitch angle is equal to 36. Short pitch angle, which is also known as alpha. Okay. So alpha. So what is the value of alpha? 36 divided by 2. Then Kp is equal to cos 18 degree. So put this value in calculator and tell me. Put this value in calculator and tell me. Now we will go for. I will not solve whole question. I will just give you a hint to how to solve this question. Okay. I will just give you a hint to how to solve this question. Hmm? Okay. Now listen. Please note down how to solve Kp. Then I will rub this and then we will discuss about how to solve Kd. You can type in chat box what is the value of Kp. Can anyone tell me what will be the value of Kp? What will be the value? 0.951. Okay, good. 0.951 is exact, accurate. 0.951. There is no units for Kp. There is no unit for Kp. There is no unit for Kd. These two are unitless quantities. Unitless quantities. Okay. Good. Now I will go. Please note down how to solve Kp. Okay. Now we will go for how to solve Kd. How to get the value of Kd. Okay. So we know formula for Kd. I have given you formula for Kd. What is it? This given like sine m gamma by 2 m sine gamma by 2. I am writing this formula for fundamental frequency. For fundamental frequency, put the value of n is equal to 1. Okay. I hope everyone get this, how this formula come. Okay. Now, I don't know value of gamma, but I also know the value of m, but I am knowing the value of m. So, to get the value of gamma, first of all, write the formula for gamma. What is the formula for gamma? 180 degree divided by slots per pole. This is the formula for gamma. I given the formula for gamma which is equal to, which is given by 180 divided by slots per pole. Okay. Now watch carefully what I am doing. Now watch carefully. Listen everybody. See, m is equal to 5 slots per pole per phase, right? Slots per pole per phase. Okay. Now if I multiply m with phases, if I multiply value of m with phases, then I will get slots per pole. Slots per pole. It means that m, how many phase? 3 phase. In question they have given 3 phase. If I multiply value of m with phases, then this phase and multiplied value of phase. Listen. Five slots per pole and per phase. Okay. So I multiply with 3 phases because I am having 3 phases. So what will come? Phase and phase cancel. So at the end I will get 15 slots per pole. 15 slots per pole. I hope everyone got this. How 15 slots per pole are get? When I multiply 5 with 3 phases, then phase and phase cancel, and 3 into 5 we will get 15 slots per pole. 15 slots per pole. Okay. So listen, how many slots are per pole? There are total 15 slots per pole. So instead of slots per pole, I can write 15. Instead of slots per pole, I can write 15 because there are total 15 slots per pole. There are total 5 slots per pole per phase. There are total 5 slots per pole per phase. But after multiplying with 3 phases, we will get 15 slots per pole. We will get 15 slots per pole. So at the end, gamma will come. Can anyone tell me the value of gamma? Can anyone tell me value of gamma? 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 12 degree. So gamma will come 12 degree. Okay. Now we are having all the values. We are having m, we are having gamma. Put the value of all the given values. And can anyone tell me what will be the value of kd? What will be the value of kd? Sine m. What is m? M is 5. 5 into 12 divided by 2. 5 in 12 divided by 2. Can anyone tell me the value of kd? It is not sine angle 12 whole divided by 2. It is not like that. It is angle 12 divided by 2. Angle 12 divided by 2. Sine angle 12 divided by 2. Can anyone tell me value of kd in chat box, or even you can unmute and tell me the value of kd? Okay, you can tell me in chat box. Can anyone tell me the value of kd? I will not solve whole question. I will just give you how to solve. I will just give you hint how to solve this question. You have to solve. Okay. Does everybody get this point? How this slots, 5 slots per pole per phase? I have written 15 slots per pole. 15 slots per pole.
Sir, can you explain again?
Okay. I will explain again. So listen, everybody. Listen. 15 slots per pole. How m value is actually given as m value is actually given in the question as 5 slots slots 5 slots per phase into per pole. Actually, what does this mean? This means indirectly this slots per pole per phase. Okay. If I multiply this value with phases, any phases, 6 phases, 3 phases, 12 phases, 19 phases, any phases, then that phase and this phase will cancel out. If I multiply whole thing with phases, then that phase and this phase will cancel out, and at the end we will remain slots per pole. So that's why I've written this. So how I written?
सर केडी
किती आला slots?
1 केडी
KD1. Please check once more. अजून एकदा चेक करा. Near to 1 but not exactly 1. It will not came exactly 1. Near to the 1. I'm not having calculator. Okay. Listen now.
0.96.
Okay, good. 0.96. 0.96. It will come near to the 1 but not exactly 1. Okay, listen everyone here. M is given as 5 slots per pole per phase. Na? Slots divided by phase into pole. If I multiply this equation, whole equation with 3 phases, 3 phases because we are having three phases, three phase machine. So phase and phase will cancel, and at that we will get 15 slots per pole. 15 slots per pole. So how? So value for slots per pole is 15. That's why I put 180 divided by 15. That's why I put 180 divided by 15. Okay. Okay, I think this is exact answer 0.96. Try to answer it in 3 decimal point. Try to answer, solve your numericals in 3-digit decimal. So you will get near to the answers. Okay, try to solve in 3 decimals. Good, good. 0.93. Good, Shubham. Okay, now we'll go for another formulas. Let's see, I had some questions I have to see. I will teach you. Okay, okay. There is one more formula. Okay, listen now. There is one more formula. So everyone know about harmonics. Everyone know about harmonics. Everyone know about harmonics. Harmonics are bad things. Harmonics causes heat. Harmonic causes noises. Harmonic causes losses. So harmonics are bad for electrical machine. In some cases, harmonics are good. In some of the cases, harmonics are good. Just like friction. Huh? In motor, in motor, we will say friction is bad thing. Friction is bad thing because of friction there is a heat. But in our day-to-day life, if there is no friction, then we will slide on the floor. Okay. So in some of the cases, friction is very useful. In our day-to-day life, we are walking on a road, but if there is no friction between our road and our foot, then we will slide on a road. Then we will never stop. So in that case, friction is important. But but in our motoring case, friction is very unhealthy things because due to friction there is generation of heat and the losses will increase. Then other losses are like core losses, copper losses. These losses will also increase. So in some cases, just like friction, harmonics, in some cases harmonics are very useful, in some cases harmonics are very bad. So in our synchronous machine, harmonics are very bad because harmonics create noise, harmonics create noise, harmonics create heat, harmonics create losses, which in turn affect our efficiency of a motor, which in turn affect our efficiency of motor. So we have to try. So we have to try to eliminate these kind of harmonics. So you have to try to eliminate these kind of harmonics so that the efficiency of a motor and efficiency and the losses should be less. Efficiency should increase and losses should be less. So there are some formulas to eliminate harmonics. There are some formulas to eliminate harmonics. Like now, like by how much degree winding is short pitch so that nth harmonic is eliminated. Which means that listen everybody. Alpha is equal to 180 degree by n. What does this formula give? What does this formula give? This formula gives this formula gives to eliminate eliminate nth harmonic to eliminate nth harmonic to eliminate nth harmonic. What does this formula gives to eliminate nth harmonic? What does alpha call? Short pitch angle. Short pitch angle. I have given you short pitch angle. What does it mean? That whole formula, what does this give? This give formula gives that by how many degrees winding should be short pitch. Winding should be short pitch so that nth harmonic is eliminated. So that nth harmonic is eliminated. So I have one question for you. I have one question for you. Question for you. If 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 I have to remove if I have to remove seventh harmonic seventh harmonic Very important formula is this. This is very important formula. So what will be the value of alpha? So what will be the value of alpha? 180 by 7. 180 by 7. Instead of alpha, they will call as short pitch angle. So question will be like to eliminate nth harmonic. Instead of n, they will use 10th, 11th, 12th, 15th, 16th, any harmonic. What will be the short pitch angle? What will be the short pitch angle? Okay. So this will be the formula for eliminating nth harmonic. What will be the short pitch angle? 180 divided by n. From this, what will be the winding angle? Can anyone tell me what will be the winding angle? Winding angle beta. Can anyone tell me what will be the winding angle? I have given formula for winding angle also. Winding angle. Can anyone tell me what will be the formula for winding angle? Instead of alpha, put 180 minus n. Instead of alpha, put 180 minus n. So what does it came? Listen. See everybody, 180 minus alpha. To eliminate nth harmonic, then winding angle should be 180 minus alpha. 180, put the value of alpha, which is equal to 180 divided by n. So at the end, beta is equal to, I can write as 180 bracket n minus 1 whole divided by n. Very useful formula, very important formula. If I have to give a question on synchronous machine, I will definitely frame one question on these formulas, these two formulas. Definitely frame a question on these two formulas. So these are two important very formulas. Questions are like usually questions are framed on these formulas. These are small formulas, not big formula like induced EMF. They will never ever say. They will never ever say to calculate induced EMF, because to calculate induced EMF you have to calculate Kp, you have to calculate Kd, then you have to calculate phi Ft, put the value of phi, and then all these values are in points. So you have to do it in virtual calci, and then at the end you have to put the answer. So they will never tell you to solve solve formula on basis of induced EMF. But these small formulas, usually these small formulas are very useful, and expected questions should be on these formulas. Okay. So let's see one question on these formulas, these two formulas. Let's see one question on these two formulas. There is one more name. There is one more name for beta. Please write down. There is one more name is for beta, which is called as coil span. Coil span. There is one more name for beta, which is called as coil span. Okay. So okay, listen now. Okay. Please note down everyone. These two formulas are very important, and I have given another name for beta, which is called as coil span. Now we will see one question on this formula. Now we will see one question on this formula. Okay, now I will rub this. I will rub this. Okay, I will dictate question. I will dictate. Is it okay if I dictate question? Is it okay if I dictate
Yes,
question?
yes.
Okay. So I will dictate the question. Please everybody note down. I will dictate question. Coil span to eliminate seventh harmonic. What is coil span to eliminate seventh harmonic? What will be the coil span to eliminate seventh harmonic? Which harmonic we have to eliminate? Which harmonics we have to eliminate? Seventh harmonic. So can anyone tell me So anyone tell me what will be the coil span to eliminate seventh harmonics? What will be the coil span to eliminate seventh harmonics? You can say in chat box, or you can say you can unmute your mouse. Sorry, unmute your mic.
154.3.
154.3. Okay, I will not go for a detailed solution or the point by answer. I will just tell you the how to solve this question. So beta, they have asked for coil span, okay, which is equal to 180 divided by, sorry, 180 into n. What will be the value of n? 7 minus 1 whole divided by 7, which is equal to 180 into 6 whole divided by 7. So you can solve this and put the answer. I will not tell the answer for this. Solve for this. Okay. Okay. There is one more important. There are many important formulas, but formulas which are I think they are expected to come in exams. I will discuss only for those formulas. Uniformly distributed winding, KDU. Distributed winding, distributed winding, KD. We have discussed about
Sir,
KD. Yes. Is there
sir,
any
for
question?
coil span, we can also use 180 minus 180
Alpha.
divided by.
Yes. Can you repeat?
For coil span, we can also use 180 minus 180 upon 7.
180 minus 180 upon. So yes, of course. Why not? Let's see. I have given two formulas, right? Beta is equal to 180 minus alpha. Okay. I have what I said. Tell me the coil span value. Tell me the coil span value. So 180 minus what is the value of alpha for eliminating nth harmonics? What is the formula for alpha to eliminate nth harmonics? It is equal to 180 divided by nth harmonics. What harmonic? Seventh harmonic. See, yes, you can also use this formula. What does I did? What did I do? Take a common for 180 at the end of what will come 1 by 7. Okay. So 180 bracket 7 minus 1 whole divided by 7. So at the end I will get 6 by 7. तेच येणार 6 by 7च येणार मला दिलेलं होतं ना फॉर्म्युला हा फॉर्म्युला दिला बघा n minus 1 divided by n minus 1 divided by n. So at the end 180 into 6 by 7च येणार. Okay, this is also right. This is also right. But this is an unnecessary step which increase your time, and also the calculations also increase. So you have to go for shortcut formulas, or you have to skip this part. Try to solve question which skip many of by skipping many of the steps. Just do this calculation in your mind. And then go for directly write down 180 into 6 by 7. 180 into 6 by 7. So skipping formulas, skipping the steps will come when you try to solve more number of numericals. After solving more number of numericals, you will get a logic how to skip the steps. Okay, and then finally come to the conclusion. Okay, now I will discuss about uniform. I tell you about distribution factor. I tell you the formula for distribution factor, KD, which is equal to sine m gamma by 2 m sine gamma by 2 for fundamental frequency. I give this formula for fundamental frequency. But there is another formula. Which is uniformly. I'm stressing this word, which is uniformly distributed. uniformly distributed winding. I'm stressing uniformly. I'm stressing uniformly word. So there is another formula. For this, we use suffix KDU. 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 So the formula for this is sine m gamma by 2 whole divided by m gamma into pi by 180 into pi by 180, and there is one also a 2. Okay, for uniformly distributed winding KDU, there is a formula which is given by sine m gamma by 2 divided by m gamma by 2 into pi by 180. This is also a most important formula which will generally ask in exams. But take care of this word uniformly. If they ask for uniformly distributed winding, then go for this formula. If they ask for distributed winding, only for distributed winding, then go for this above one formula. And if they ask for uniformly distributed winding, go for below one formula, which is given by sine m gamma by 2 divided by m gamma by 2 into pi by 180. Okay. Okay, good. Now we'll go for there is one chart. Okay. There is one chart. I will draw that chart. Because many times the questions are asked on that chart. Okay. Please everyone draw the chart. How the question will come, I will tell on that chart. But that chart will help you to get at least 1 mark, because 1 mark questions are many times asked on that chart. Make 3 columns, 1 2 3 columns, and 1 2 3 4 5 rows. 3 columns, power factor, okay, power factor for alternator, and for motor. What do you mean by alternator? Alternator is another name for generator. Alternator is another name for generator. This is the whole table is for synchronous machine only. The whole table is for only synchronous machine. The whole table is for synchronous machine only. Okay. The whole table is for synchronous machine. Okay, listen. When power is UPF, what do you mean by UPF? I will write in shortcut. Please note down in full form also. So when you see later, you have to understand what this UPF means. UPF means unity power factor. Unity power factor. Okay. So at power factor, when power factor is unity power factor, when the power factor is unity power factor, alternator has purely cross magnetizing effect. Purely cross magnetizing effect. When alternator works on purely unity power factor, then it has a magnetizing effect which is purely cross magnetizing effect. Below alternator, right, armature reaction. Below alternator, right, armature reaction, and here also armature reaction. Armature reaction. Okay. Purely cross magnetizing effect when alternator works under unity power factor. When motor works under unity power factor, there is also a purely cross magnetizing effect. There is also purely cross magnetizing effect. Same, right? Same, purely cross magnetizing effect. Okay, purely cross magnetizing effect. What does what is this mean? Purely cross magnetizing effect means it is the armature reaction. It is the armature reaction which is purely cross magnetizing. So question will come like alternator is working under unity power factor. So what kind of armature reaction is it? Is it in? So question is like alternator is working under unity power factor. So what kind of armature reaction is it in? Okay. So what kind of armature reaction? Purely cross magnetizing effect, or you can say purely cross magnetizing armature reaction, purely cross magnetizing effect, or you can say purely cross magnetizing armature reaction. Okay. Please note down this point. Please note down this point. There are 5 rows. First row, second row. Okay, I will write below this. ZPF lag. ZPF lag. What does this mean? ZPF lag. Zero power factor lagging. Zero power factor lagging. What does this mean? Zero power factor lagging. Zero power factor lagging. Then if if alternator is working under zero power factor lagging, then armature reaction will be purely demagnetization. Purely demagnetizing. Okay, listen carefully. When alternator is working under ZPF, what do you mean by ZPF? Zero power factor lagging. So when alternator is purely magnetizing, purely magnetizing. Okay, note down this point, everybody. Note down this point. Okay. Now ZPF lead. ZPF lead. When power factor is ZPF lead, then inverse will come. Alternator work, armature reaction experienced by alternator is purely magnetizing, and armature reaction experienced by motor is purely demagnetizing. So here we come purely magnetizing, purely magnetizing, and here will come purely demagnetizing. Purely demagnetizing. Okay. Okay. Now three. Now fourth one. I will drop first one. Please note down everyone. Please note down everyone.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in GATE examination, you have given this chart. Directly question will from
Yes.
this.
There are 2 to 3 times questions were asked on this table. There are 2 to 3 times questions were not many times, but 2 to 3 questions will never repeat. Listen to me carefully. In GATE exam, question will never repeat, but concept will repeat. But concept will repeat. So question will like goes like if motor is working under any of this power factor, what does it experience? Which type of armature reaction it will experience? Question will never repeat, but we can expect a question on this table. We can expect a question on this table. less chances because under electrical, listen, for electrical machine, the weightage is for 15 marks. 15 to 20 marks is a weightage. No, I will not say 15, less than 15. Hmm? Because we have other subjects also like control system, measurements, maths. For maths and AP there is 30 marks. So remaining 70 marks are divided in our subject. There is one more subject which is called signal and processing, signal systems. So signal system, unfortunately, signal systems is not teach under Pune University. For signals and system, to study signals and system, we have to refer we have to do self studies, we have to do self study for signals and system topic. But usually for electrical machine, marks are between 15 to 10. So what happened, they depend on IITs. What does mean, it's not exactly, but it's nearly. What happened, I if let's say IIT Bombay is setting the paper for this year, let's say IIT Bombay is setting paper for this year, so you will check which type of faculties are more in IIT. If you go through the faculties list, if power system faculties are more in IITs, then we expect much more questions on power systems. Okay, if the machine faculties are more in IIT Bombay, let's say, and IIT Bombay is setting the paper, then we expect more questions on machine. We expect tougher questions on machine, and we expect high quality or difficult questions or more questions from machine. So usually weightage is not same, but for machine 11 to 15 marks are there. And under machine there are four topics. Under machine there are four topics which are there: transformer, DC machine, synchronous machine, and induction motor. So again, for 11 marks, or for 15 marks, there are four topics, and these four topics are very vast. You cannot complete these four topics in 2 hours. It is impossible to complete it in two hours, but you can get idea for what to study, what not to study for that particular topic. So coming to the chart, this 3.1, again two more points are remaining. I hope everyone written these points. Okay, now listen. Now, when power factor is 0.8 lagging, when power factor is 0.8 lagging, when power factor is 0.8 lagging, then when power factor is 0.8 lagging, then armature reaction alternator is partially demagnetizing, plus partially cross magnetizing. Wait for a second. Okay, for pointed lagging, armature reaction is partially demagnetizing and partially cross magnetizing. Cross magnetizing. Partially cross magnetizing. Okay. And for motor, partially magnetizing, partially magnetizing, partially magnetizing, plus partially cross magnetizing. Okay, if if you're not getting what is written on the board, I will dictate. What is underwritten? Motor armature reaction is partially magnetizing plus partially cross magnetizing. Under which is written as partially demagnetizing and partially cross magnetizing. Okay, same for now for so gate is a platform which not only open. I will again say gate. From gate you will not also only study for gate exam, but indirectly you are studying for various technical exams. You know, in Maharashtra Engineering Services, in MPSC, there is one separate post which is called Maharashtra Engineering Services. In that prelims part is common for all the branches. Prelims part is common for all branches, which is for agriculture, which is for I don't remember, but agriculture part, I think for pharmacy and engineering. These three posts are under MES, Maharashtra Engineering Services. Under that, prelims exam is common for all the branches. It means that if you are mechanical, you are from agriculture, you are from botany, you are from civil, or any graduation, technical graduation, the prelims part are same. But for mains part, there is separate exam which is on the domain based, which is on domain based. What do you mean by domain based? It means that if I am from electrical background, then for mains part I only get for questions on electrical domain. I only get questions from electrical domain, and there is no other topic under mains part. So in engineering services, Maharashtra Engineering Services, mains exam also consists fully technical questions. There are fully technical questions under mains exams of engineering services. So if you are preparing for GATE exam, you are indirectly preparing for Maharashtra Engineering Services. You are indirectly preparing for BARC exam. You are indirectly preparing for ISRO. You are indirectly preparing for DRDO and various POC across India. If you are preparing for, you are also preparing for, you are also indirectly preparing for GATE IPS. Okay. Now coming to the table, if power factor is 0.8 leading, if power factor is 0.8 leading, then alternator is partially magnetizing, partially. I would like partially as a PARTI dot magnetizing, magnetizing plus partially cross, partially cross, and under motor it will come partially demagnetizing plus partially cross. Okay, this table is also an important table under this. Okay, now we will go for more formulas. Now yesterday we are please note down this. I will take or instead of noting down, you can just take a screenshot. So now listen. What I want to say is that yesterday what we see induction motor, and under induction motor there are two types of rotor. Under induction motor there are two types of rotor. What are they? Spiral cage induction rotor and wound type induction rotor, a slip ring induction rotor. We will say it is a slip ring induction rotor. Same in synchronous machine. There are also two types of rotor, which are first one is cylindrical rotor, which is usually cylindrical in shape. Another is silent pole rotor. Another is silent pole rotor. I will draw a diagram so you can get the idea how silent pole rotor is. I will draw a diagram for silent pole rotor so that you can get how silent pole rotor looks like. Okay, listen. Cylindrical rotor synchronous, machine. Under this, there are two types of machine which are differentiate on the basis of rotor, cylindrical, and another one is salient. Salient. So how does cylindrical rotor look? Basic, it is common. It's like circle and the slots are on rotor. Here is north pole or here is south pole. The windings are on this slots. And how does salient pole rotor looks like? Here is north pole, here is south pole, here is the center part of rotor. The winding goes like this. Winding goes like this. Okay. Listen carefully. I will not give you theory part in writing. I will just dictate. Silent synchronous machine is a doubly excited machine. Synchronous machine is doubly excited machine because for rotor we have to give DC supply. For rotor we have to give DC supply, and for stator we have to get three-phase supply. If these two combinations are given to the machine, synchronous machine, the synchronous machine will be rotated. Okay. So we have to give. So synchronous machine is also called as doubly excited machine. All the other machines are singly excited, but synchronous machines is doubly excited. Even if it is motor or it is rotor, synchronous machine is called doubly excited motor. Another main advantage of synchronous machine is that synchronous machine is a kind of machine from where we can also deliver reactive power, we can deliver active power, we can absorb reactive power, we can absorb reactive power. Okay. So synchronous machine is a multi power machine, which means that it can also, let's say we consider a generator. Okay. Only generator. We are considering synchronous generator. So synchronous generator can, if we set a synchronous generator excitation to the such point, or to a such value, we can design a synchronous machine as a synchronous generator as delivering reactive power, or we can design a synchronous machine as absorbing reactive power. So same machine can deliver and also absorb a reactive power. Okay. So synchronous machine is very useful if we want reactive power. Reactive power is used by synchronous machine to excite its field winding. Okay. Now we'll see some more formulas. Ha. Mm, okay. Okay, now listen. There is now I'm talking about silent pole machine. Now I'm talking about silent pole machine. So there is a formula for induced EMF in silent pole machine. So there is a formula for induced EMF in silent pole machine. So there is a formula for induced EMF in silent pole machine which goes like E is equal to under root V cos del V cos phi plus V cos phi plus IARA plus IARA square plus plus V sin phi plus IAXS IAXS. This is also an important formula, square, which comes under. So induced EMF in silent pole machine will be given as V cos phi plus IAR square plus V sin phi plus or minus. I will draw it by another pen, which is plus or minus. Okay. So when to use plus, when to use minus, I will tell you later. But for now, this one formula which is given by E is equal to V cos phi plus IAR square plus V sin phi plus or minus IA x square. ठीक है? What do you mean by phi? What do you mean by phi? Phi is a power factor angle. What do you mean by phi? Phi is power factor angle. What is phi? Phi is power factor angle. Okay, wait for a while. I'm searching for the. Is there any question on this formula? Actually, this is a very big formula, so we cannot expect such kind of. Listen, everybody. In GATE exam, there are not lengthy questions, but there are logical questions. Not lengthy, they are logical questions. So that's why such kind of question will not expect in GATE exam, because this is very lengthy. V cos phi plus IA square plus V sin phi plus so minus IA XA square. So one more thing I have to give, that plus, when to use plus and when to use minus is when there is lagging power factor. Lagging power factor you have to use plus, and there is, when there is leading power factor, you have to use minus. Okay, when you are working as leading, lagging, please take care of this plus and minus. I'm searching for the question. Usually these type of questions are not present.
Sir, in GATE examination, whether they are asking direct questions like what is the formula of this?
No. In GATE exam, they cannot ask for the formulas. They cannot ask for, they will never ever ask direct question in GATE exam. They will always confuse students, so that you will always, they design questions such a way that, listen carefully, one funny part about GATE exam is they always design a question such that student will always choose a wrong answer. Student will always choose, or student will always go for a wrong answer. So instead of focusing on right option, I mean, I mean, I mean to say that for particular question, every question has four options. Not every option type questions are having four options. So what GATE exam faculties do, that they not only focus how to get the answer right, but they also focus how to not get answer right. Which means that if some yesterday's class someone say, by mistakenly say 40% efficiency of induction motor is in yesterday's class, when I was teaching induction motor, someone say efficiency is equal to 40%. So that option is also present in your question. That option is also present in question. So when you solve that question, you will get, yes 40% आ गया आंसर मेरा, तो मैं अभी उसको क्वेश्चन ऑप्शन में जाके टिक कर दूंगा. लेकिन अगर आप ठीक से ध्यान देंगे तो आपके रॉन्ग आंसर्स भी ऑप्शन में प्रेजेंट रहेंगे. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज दैट, please solve the question please solve the question in very accurate manner. और if you are confused about the question, यार मुझे फॉर्मूला ठीक से याद नहीं है, या फिर कुछ प्लस और माइनस का मुझे प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, फिर कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, फिर मेरे कैलकुलेशन पे डाउट है. अगर आपकी कैलकुलेशन पे आपको डाउट है, तो आप क्या कीजिए, वर्चुअल कैलसी पे आप 2 या 3 बार सॉल्व कीजिए. ठीक है. अगर आपको कैलकुलेशन पे आप खुद को बहुत भरोसा है, तो यू कैन think of formulas, or you can think for the method you are doing is right or not. So your wrong answer is also present in option. So जैसे आपको दिख जाता है कि अरे हाँ 40% है मेरा ऑप्शन में, और आंसर भी मेरा 40% आया, तो मैं टिक कर दूंगा. तो इस टाइप के ऑप्शंस भी क्वेश्चन में रहते हैं। सो कभी भी गेट एग्जाम में कभी भी डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेंगे, फॉर्मूला बेस्ड कभी क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे नहीं। फॉर्मूला बेस्ड मीन्स फॉर्मूला बेस्ड क्वेश्चन रहेगा वो, but they will frame a question such like you will confuse अरे what they want to say, or what sometimes you will never understand what the question want to say or what the faculty want to ask for. So that type of questions also present on exam, and most of the questions are like that only. They will always confuse the student, and student will always go for wrong option. Okay, so you are very damn sure, that yes, this is the answer for the question, then only tick for that question, or else leave the question, because it will also take your negative marks. Okay, so direct questions are not present in exam. Please try to solve number of questions, maximum number of questions. From questions you will get how to questions will develop how to twist your mind. Questions are for design such that they will twist your mind. So you have to be ready for different types of questions they will ask in exams. Okay, there is one more formula. For salient pole induction motor. So for salient pole induction motor, induced EMF, which is given as E is equal to V cos del plus IQ RA plus or minus ID XD. So when to use this formula for silent pole induction motor is if in silent pole induction motor they have given a voltage, they have given a power factor, and they have given a armature current, then go for previous one formula, induced EMF formula. In silent pole machine, if in question they have given a voltage, they have given a current, armature current, or they have given a synchronous reactance, then go for previous one formula, and if they have and any or else go for this formula if they have given voltage, angle delta, IQ, RA, ID, XD. If these are values present in equation, then go for this formula. So there is another formula for del. To calculate del, to calculate IQ, and to calculate XD, there are two more formulas. Okay, write down those formula. First of all, for del, I will tell for del how to calculate del. Tensile is equal to, very important formula, very important formula. Many of the time they have asked for calculate only del. In this equation, there are very less questions on this equation, but most of the questions is to find del value. Most of the questions is for del value. Del is called as power angle. Del is called as power angle. So to calculate del, there is a very lengthy process. So what is it? It is defined as first of all you have to calculate sine, and when you get sine, then you will get del. How it is? How to do solve this problem? I will tell. So first of all, write the formula for tensile. Tensile is V sine phi, V sine phi plus or minus IA x cube, V cos phi, plus IARA. Same concept for plus or minus. For same concept for plus or minus, when to use plus and when to use minus is when lagging use plus, when leading use minus. All these formulas are related to synchronous alternator. All these formulas are related to synchronous alternator. हे सगळे फॉर्म्युला सिंक्रोनस अल्टरनेटर साठी आहेत. ठीक आहे, सिंक्रोनस अल्टरनेटर असले तरच हा फॉर्म्युला यूज करायचा. ठीक आहे. After getting psi value, so what you will do, solve this whole equation. Put the value of phi, put the value of v, per phase value. All the values are in per phase. Please listen carefully. All the values are in per phase. So what you will do, you will put the value of v value is given in the question. Put the value of phi, power factor value is given in the question. IA, all these values are given in the question. After solving this equation, take it tan inverse of that. By doing tan inverse, you will get psi. After getting psi, psi is equal to phi plus or minus del. Psi is equal to phi plus or minus del. Psi is equal to phi plus or minus del. So, what do you mean by phi? Power factor angle. What do you mean by phi? Power factor angle. So, power factor angle is given in the question. You have to calculate del. So, to calculate del, you have to find first of all psi. Psi, how to solve psi? Tan psi is equal to v sin phi plus or minus ia x2 divided by v cos phi plus ia ra. By solving whole this, taking tan inverse, you will get value of psi. And for same plus or minus, when to use plus and when to use minus, or plus lagging when there is minus to use leading. Okay. Okay, there is two more formulas for IQ and ID. For IQ and ID, IQ is equal to and ID is equal to. IQ and ID is equal to. I will not go for how these formulas came. I will not derivate how this formula. Okay, for IQ it is cos IA cos psi, and for ID it is IA sin psi. So these are four formulas. Which are also important formulas, and we can expect more questions on these formulas. Okay. Now listen carefully. All these formulas. Okay. Till now I have given all the formulas. Every formulas are related to synchronous generator. Listen carefully. All the formulas are related to synchronous generator. Sir, so you can ask me, sir, what are the formulas for synchronous motor? So the formula for synchronous motor is instead of plus, you do minus. Instead of plus, every formula where there is plus, do minus. Where there is a minus, do plus. Okay. So the formula for formulas for synchronous motor is wherever there is a plus, instead of plus, do minus. Wherever here also wherever there is a plus, do minus. Wherever there is a minus, change it with plus. Okay. So I will not give formula for synchronous motor, but I will tell what are the formula for synchronous motor is. Instead of plus, do minus, and for minus, correct it with plus. Okay. Here also in synchronous motor, plus is for leading, and minus is for lagging in synchronous motor. Okay. So I will check whether there is a formula or something else. Okay. Okay, listen. There is one question. Please note down. Everyone, please note down this formulas. I will wait for few minutes. Everyone, please note down these formulas. Okay, good. Now, I will give you one question on these formulas. Okay. Now listen to the question, or else I will write. Okay, I will write. It's a bit lengthy question. I will make it short. This question is asked in GATE. This question was asked in GATE. I think in 2017 or 16. I am not knowing the exact year. But yes, this question is asked in GATE. I will not dictate whole question, but I will tell you the useful formula, given in the question, and by using that, you can tell me what will be the value of del. Okay. Question is find value of del, find value of del for lagging power factor, for lagging power factor, lagging sorry, lagging, not lagging, for lagging, for ZPF lag, for ZPF lag. Okay, okay, for lagging power factor, unity power factor, for lagging unity power factor, for lagging unity power factor, find value of del for lagging unity power factor, and the some givens in question are Ra is equal to resistance of stator is 0, voltage is equal to 1. So how can be the voltage is equal to 1? So value of voltage is given in per unit. Value of voltage is given in per unit. You have studied your power system per unit system. Okay, so voltage is given is equal to 1 in per unit system. Voltage is given which is equal to 1 which is in per unit system, and Ia is equal to 1, Ia is equal to 1, and xq is equal to 1, xq is equal to 1, xd is equal to 1.2, xd equal to 1.2. I have to find value of del. I have to find value of del. Can anyone tell me value of del? Can anyone tell me value of del? What the question? What question in question they have given? Find the value of del for lagging unity power factor. Unity power factor. Unity power factor. Instead of lagging, you say unity power factor. Unity power factor. Find the value of del for unity power factor. In question, they are also given Ra is equal to 0, V is equal to 1, Ia is equal to 1, Xq is equal to 1, Xd is equal to 1.2. Calculate value of del. Can anyone tell me value of del? Can anyone tell me value of del? Can anyone tell me value of del? It's an easy question. Try to solve in short time. Try to solve in short time using virtual calculus. Using virtual calculus. Did anyone get 15.14,500? Okay. Okay, previous one क्या? 320 Aditya Jagtap. Did anyone get? Okay, check. Okay, check it. If anyone get, you can type it in chat box, or else you can unmute and tell me the answer.
सर 5 का है कैसा?
Okay, someone says what will be the value of 5? Okay, what will be the value of 5? I know everyone will be stuck at this. What does this mean? What will be the value of 5? So unity power factor is equal to 1. Unity power factor. No? Question मध्ये what does they give in question? Unity power factor. What does this mean? Unity power factor. So unity power factor which means that cos phi is equal to 1. What do you mean by power factor? What do you mean by power factor? Power factor is equal to cos phi. Power factor is equal to cos phi. And what type of power factor it is? So it is a unity power factor. It will come 1. So cos phi is equal to 1. So they have given cos phi is equal to 1. Now anyone can tell me what will be the value of del. So I have made a question bit easier. So this question came in exam. I'm not exactly knowing the year, but this question were asked in exam 2 to 3 times. Yes,
2.
two. What angle of value of del 2. Please cross check it. Just saying value of 2, value of del is 2 or something else you are saying.
10 psi.
Acha, okay, you are saying value of 10 psi is equal to 2. Okay, listen. So leave it. I will tell you how to solve this question. Okay, listen. To calculate del, first of all we have to know values of psi and phi. Why we have to know the value of psi? Because psi is equal to phi plus or minus del. If we know value of phi, we can find the value of phi by taking cos inverse of 1. The value of phi is equal to, can anyone tell me value of phi? Cos inverse 1. Can anyone tell me value of, when does cos value occurs 1
Zero.
is at 0 degree? Is that right? Is that right? Or is it wrong? Okay, listen. Okay, listen. What does they say in question? Unity power factor. What does unity power factor means? First of all, you have to know what is power factor. Power factor is cos phi. Cos phi is equal to 1. Why I have written this one? Because they said in the question unity power factor. Okay. So unity power factor, तो cos phi is equal to 1. So cos phi is equal to 1. तो phi क्या हो जाएगा? Phi हो जाएगा cos inverse of 1. तो phi की एंगल कितनी हो जाएगी? 0. Phi की एंगल 0 हो जाएगी. तो इससे हमें phi की वैल्यू पता लग गई है. Phi की वैल्यू क्या है? 0. अब हमें क्या मालूम नहीं है? साई की वैल्यू मालूम नहीं है. ये वैल्यू अपने हमको मालूम नहीं है. अब फाइंड क्या करना है हमें? डेल. हमें ये फाइंड करना है. So okay, you can find value of psi. How you can find value of psi? तो psi के लिए मैंने आपको फॉर्मूला बताया था. देखो psi के लिए मैंने आपको फॉर्मूला क्या बताया था? tan psi is equal to v sin phi. Okay, tan psi is equal to v sin phi plus or minus ia x cube. If I am not wrong, yes, ia x cube divided by v cos phi plus ia ra. Okay, all the parameters are given in the question. All the parameters are given in the question. So how? Check. We will say. So I will write psi is equal to, what is the value of v? Value of v is equal to 1. Okay. So what is the value of sin? For now, we will not write the value of sin phi. I will tell how to write sin phi. Okay. Unity power factor. So when in question, whenever they ask for unity power factor, then always take plus. Always take plus. Whenever they ask for unity power factor, always take plus. Okay. IA. What is the value of IA? 1 into, what is the value of x cube? 1. Okay. V cos phi. V. What is the value of cos phi? Unity power factor 1 plus IA. What is the value of IA? 1 into RA. What is the value of RA? 0. What is the value of RA? 0. So how to get sin phi? So cos phi is equal to 1. Phi is equal to 0. Then we can find sin phi. Sin phi. Sin 0 is equal to 1. Sin 0 is equal to 1. So what does it came? What does this came? Sorry, sin phi is equal to 0. Sin 0 is equal to 0. Please pardon me. Check this. Sin 0 is equal to 0. So instead of sin phi, we can write 0. So at the end, psi is equal to 10 psi. Sorry, 10 psi. 10. So at the end, 10 psi is equal to 1. at the end, 10 psi is equal to 1. So I will write here 10 psi is equal to 1. So can anyone tell me when is the when 10 value is 1, for what angle 10 value is 1? Can anyone tell me for what angle value of 10 is 1? For what value of 10 is 1?
45.
45. Good. 45. Good. So it means that psi is equal to tan inverse of 1. So it means that psi is equal to 45 degree. Psi is equal to 45 degree. Okay, fine. We have get the value of psi. We have get the value of pi. What is the value of phi? 0. We have get the value of psi. If we put in this equation, we will get the answer. So what is our answer? What is the value of psi? 45. What is the value of phi? 0. Plus, I have said that whenever they ask for unity power factor, take plus sign. Whenever they ask for unity power factor, plus sign is equal to del. So del is equal to 45 degree. Del is equal to 45 degree. Okay? Del is equal to 45 degree. I hope everyone get this question, how to solve this question. What I did a simplification of a question. I've directly give you the values of these things: R, A, V, A, I, A, Q, I, Q, I, X, G. I give all the values directly in the question. But in GATE exam, they will twist the question. They will use difficult wordings so that a student will get confused and unable to solve this question. But don't frighten in the question by seeing the question. It is very lengthy question, or it is very difficult. They are using very difficult words. But behind that question, there is one word solution only. Every GATE exam, you can solve a question in at least 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, some of the questions you can solve in 30 seconds. So you have to develop such kind of fastness, and you have to twist your brain such that you can solve a question in very less time. Okay, I request all of you to please note down this question. This is one of very important question and very interesting question. Okay. Okay. Now there is one more important formula I will give regarding power. Regarding power, one more important formula for regarding power I will give you. Before that, value of ZS. Before that, okay. I hope everyone note down this solution. I have given much more enough time. So another important formulas. Many formulas are there, but formulas which I think may ask. There is no question such questions in GATE exam on formula base. There are no such question. I mean, there are no questions on GATE exam like tell me the formula for this, tell me the formula for that. There are no such kind of questions in GATE. Instead of that, they will frame a question to find the value using that formulas. They will frame the question to find the value using that formula. So for there is one more formula for power for cylindrical rotor. If our rotor in synchronous machine, if the rotor is of cylinder, then there is one more formula for that which is there are two types of power: active and reactive power. Active and reactive power. So I will directly give the formulas for active and reactive power. P is for active power. Active power. P stands for active power, which is given by EV EVZS EVZS sin del theta minus del. Okay, EVZS cos theta minus del minus 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 V square by ZS cos V square by ZS cos theta. V square by ZS cos theta. And another formula is for Q. Q is for reactive power. Reactive power. Q stands for reactive power, which goes like EV sin del sin theta minus del EV sin theta minus del divided by ZS minus V square ZS sin theta. V square ZS sin theta. So here ZS is equal to RA plus JXS. RA plus JXS. I hope everyone know the impedance triangle. Base is for RA, XS, and this angle. From the formula Z is equal to RA plus JXS, I have designed an impedance triangle. RA will come for base, ZXS will come for perpendicular, and the resultant will be ZS. And the angle between RA and ZS is called theta. An angle between RS and ZS is called theta. So E stands for induced EMF, V stands for supply voltage, sin theta minus del, cos theta minus del, all the values of theta. From theta, where do you find theta? Theta you can find from RA XS. You can find theta value. Where do you find del? Formula for del I have given. How to find del and EV. Also the formula for E I have given you. Okay. These three formulas are also important. There is one more approximate formula. Approximate formula. So listen everyone carefully. In synchronous machine, resistance of winding is nearly equals to zero. In synchronous machine, resistance of winding is nearly equals to zero. So we can neglect resistance. So we can neglect resistance and write it as zero. So at the end, so whenever neglecting the value of resistance, theta will come as, can anyone tell me theta will what will be the theta? Theta will zero. Theta will be zero. When you neglect RA, or instead of RA when you write zero, then value of theta will be can anyone tell me what will be the value of theta? (90°). Whenever you neglect RA to zero, then value of theta is equal to 90°. Then this formula can came as approximate formula. I will say it as approximate formula, which is power is equal to EV sin del by XS. EV sin del by XS. How does this came? Listen, whenever RA is equal to 0, theta is equal to 90. Cos 90 is equal to 0. Then whole term will become 0. Cos 90 minus del. Cos 90 minus del is sin del. Then at the end, power formula will become EV sin del divided by XS. And for reactive power, it will come as Q is equal to V by X E cos del minus V. These two are approximate formula. These two are approximate formula. So what kind of question will ask from these two formula? Say let's say power is inversely proportional to excess. So question will be said if synchronous reactance is increased by 0.2% or if synchronous reactance is decreased by 0.2%, what will happen? What will happen to power? What will happen to reactive power? What will happen to active? What will happen? What will happen to active power? What will happen to reactive power if X is decrease or increase, if E is increase or decrease, if P is increase or decrease, or value of del is increase or decrease. Okay, so this kind of question, proportional questions, we can expect in GATE exam. Okay, there is one question. Okay, there is one question. Please everybody note down when to use this formula. Okay, listen. When to use these two formulas? Whenever they have not given RA value. Whenever they have not given RA value, use these two formulas. Whenever they have not given RA value, use these two approximate formula. Usually questions are expected on these two formulas. Usually questions are expected on these two formulas because RA value is neglected. Why RA value is neglected? Because resistance of a winding is nearly equals to 0.0001 or means 1 milli ohm or 1 sometimes 1 micro ohm also. So value of resistance is in practical synchronous machines value of resistance is nearly equals to 0. So these two formulas are also important. Okay, please everybody note down these two formulas. We will take one question and we will conclude the class. Okay, this question also came in exam in 2015 GATE. Direct question, that was the direct question. Sometimes what GATE faculties do is not many times, but 2 to 3 times they have given a direct questions in GATE exam. Okay, listen. I will do shortcut for question. What they given in question is E value is 1.3 per unit. All the values are given in one per unit. Okay, 1.3 per unit. Xs is equal to 1.1 per unit. 1.1 per unit. Voltage is equal to per unit. Voltage is equal to per unit. Power is equal to 1 per unit. All the values are given in 1 per unit. And they have said to find value of Q. And they have said to find the value of Q. Okay, can anyone tell me what is the value of Q? You please do not use engineering calculator. Go for virtual calculator.
सर डेल काय घ्यायचं?
व्हॉट?
डेल काय घ्यायचं? डेल.
हा, डेल काय घ्यायचं? बघा ना, जर तुम्हाला डेल भेटत नाहीये, so someone has asked question how to calculate del. So see the formulas and how to calculate value of del. Something by using this. Listen, see everyone. One more thing they have given: power. Power. They have not given RA. So RA क्वेश्चन में हमें RA नहीं दिया, तो हमें क्या यूज करना है? अप्रोक्सीमेट फॉर्मूलाज. अप्रोक्सीमेट फॉर्मूलाज में मैंने आपको दिए थे, तो अप्रोक्सीमेट फॉर्मूले से आप डेल की वैल्यू फाइंड कर सकते हैं. आई विल टेल यू हाउ टू सॉल्व द अप्रोक्सीमेट यूजिंग अप्रोक्सीमेट फॉर्मूला. वेट फॉर अ सेकेंड.
Mayur, just send that feedback link also
Yes,
in
sir.
the chat
Yes, sir.
box. So till
I'm
that time, they
doing.
will fill the.
Yes, sir. I'm doing that. Okay, I send the feedback link in chat box. Please fill that feedback form. So, okay, now come to the question. I've given the feedback link, feedback form link in the chat box. Please fill that feedback form. So, how to solve this problem? So, they have given power in per unit, which is equal to EV sine del divided by XS. So, we know the value of power, which is equal to 1. What is the value of E? 3 into V. What is the value of V? 1 divided by XS. What is the value of XS? 1.1 into sine del. From this we can find sine del. Sine del. From this we can find sine del. From this we can find sine del. I am directly writing value of del. I am directly writing value of del. If you solve this and taking inverse, sine inverse, you will get value of del 30.15 degree. 30.15 degree. Okay, now go for Q formula. Q is equal to Q is equal to V divided by XS bracket E E cos del E cos del minus V. This was the formula for Q. By putting values of all the values, Q is equal to, what is the value of 1? Voltage is equal to 1, X is equal to 1.1, E is equal to 1.3, cos del, cos 30.15 minus what is the value of voltage is equal to 1. After solving this, you will get Q is equal to 0.019, which is equal to 109 per unit. All the values are in per unit. For today's session, I hope I conclude for today's session. I hope everyone got what I taught today. Feedback link is shared to you in chat box. I request everyone to fill that form. And if anyone has a doubt or want to ask something, feel free to ask. So if anyone has a doubt, you can mail me on Mayur Devidas Kate @ gmail.com. or message me on WhatsApp or any platform. If anyone has a doubt or want a guidance of any engineering exams.